cops from justice. It's called the Police Bill of Rights. And as we were talking to the DA and questioning him about his office's intention, after a while, he eventually revealed, Orloff, that he was intending to do something, but that it would take weeks to conclude an investigation. We said to him very matter-of-factly, Mr. DA, I'm a black man. If I shot a cop on videotape, would it take you weeks to make an arrest? You already know the answer. So the point that I'm raising here is he resisted, but in his resistance he shared that the DA's office has a unique relationship with the police department. Now you already know what it is. If you've ever been arrested, or anyone in your family has been convicted of a crime, you know it's the police testimony, the police report, that really compromises or composes most of what got us put in jail, and we're filling in jails all over the state. So the DA's office, with its unique relationship, rarely, in fact, never, in the state of California before Johannes Messerly, had brought a charge against a cop for killing anybody on duty. Did I say never? That's never. So that unique relationship is one that is proven to protect the police from prosecution no matter what they do. So we made a demand, and behind that demand, when the DA said it would take him weeks to investigate and there was nothing that he could do, we said, well, why don't you do this, Mr. DA? Since you told us that you're willing to bring charges, why don't you have a press conference and make it known to the public that your office is investigating whether or not charges should be brought? The DA told us very arrogantly, I ain't doing, I ain't, that's me. I'm not going to do that, you do it. And we looked at it. I think Councilperson Brooks said to him in words, slavery is over. We're not a plantation that you're talking to. It's your job as the DA to ensure that the city is safe from rogue police. It's not our job to have a press conference to say what you yourself should be saying. While we were talking in that room, I said there were black elected officials with us. The mayor's office was present. The state assembly member, Sandra Swanson's office was present. The congressperson, Barbara Lee's office was present. The NAACP for Oakland, or California, pardon me, was present. Activists were present. Not yet present was the Grant family. We hadn't met yet, and we didn't even know when we called for the meeting that it was happening at the same time as Oscar's funeral, until some of the pastors told us we have to go to the funeral. So now, the point here is God was with us on that day. A day later, the mayor of Oakland called me into a meeting to tell me he had a good idea that he will have a press conference and say to the city that they're in pursuit of justice of Oscar Grant, and that he will invite the district attorney. And the DA came out and did for the mayor what he wouldn't do for us. And he made it known that they believed that they would have charges against Johannes Messerly and put a time stamp on it. Well, from that point forward, as I close, the organizing was on us. We weren't satisfied that the DA was going to do his job because he really didn't want to. So we rose up a movement weekly to draw on the best of the talents and the abilities that were in our community to answer the call for justice. We're in Vallejo now, and there are many of us that are willing participants who live here or live near here. This is not a time that we can set here and say that I can only speak to people from Vallejo. Right. When the Oscar Grant movement began, it really was sparked by a call from San Francisco. When Brother Christopher Muhammad, my brother, called me and said, did you see the news? What are you and that group of black elected officials doing? I said, well, I have